Showing the students that the story that they have as individuals is important and is worthy of being told. I'm not necessarily teaching them how to tell their own stories, but rather I'm giving them the information that they need to know how important it is to tell their own stories.
Telling stories has been something that's really important for the 9th grade multicultural class in general. It's a class that looks at how and why stories matter and the fact that many stories matter. And when we think about American history and the narrative of American history, as we make that more complex and we tell additional stories, our narrative of America changes.
The long-term hope is to give them the inspiration and the drive that they need to take their stories and utilize their stories to kind of build the building blocks to their own personal success, but also to show them the importance of making space for themselves and opening up space for other people.
This final project asks students to apply a lot of the themes that we've learned throughout the year about identity and change, storytellings and narratives, and bring them into our community.
Hi, I'm Asada. I'm in 9th grade. I like comics and music and watching cartoons. Like favorite genres are probably action, adventure, or comedies. I like traveling. If I'm not like doing schoolwork or watching something, I'm usually napping or procrastinating on work. In Winchester is a lot about putting responsibility on students. The teachers here are pretty nice and understanding about work and like regular life balance. So most of the pressure I put on myself for school is like self-inflicted pressure. It's nice to be able to check the website and get work done, like in the library and stuff, which is where I usually am.
Hello, my name is Eli DeSimon. I'm 15. I have two younger brothers. One's in 6th grade, one's in 3rd grade. Two moms. And I came to WT in 5th grade. I run track and cross country. One thing I've learned while playing sports is communication. Even though it's track, not much, but still, it's a key part in the sport. My experience at WT has been very well. It's very good, and I've had a lot of fun memories with my friends, teachers, random people at school, and but one thing I've also noticed is there's at times there's a lack of respect between certain groups or certain people. One thing I've started to try to do is to stop and think what are the consequences of my actions, and overall just how it will affect others and myself.
There was once a shield that covered me, that represented my insecurity, and masking myself to fit into the majority. But through God, I found what makes me me. I'm a mixture of unprecedented Black excellence, growing maturity, wisdom, and understanding, beyond those who underestimate me. Taking course and direction in becoming a director, actress, writer, and lover of literature, and of God's creation, and the gifts He's placed within me. This is why the question, who am I, is so fickle to me. As someone whose future profession will heavily rely on telling the story of others. Where does the significance in knowing who I am come into play? That's the question that runs rampant in my mind. But like I've said before, coming to an understanding that taking the image of a character and bringing it to life requires the ultimate recollection and reflection of self is something often overlooked. But my gifts do not define me, nor does my self-titled wisdom beyond my years. What defines me is what I create and what I pour out into the world, based on experience and genuineness of this one-time thing we call life. So who am I? A young Black woman who is called for greatness.
Hi, my name's Nicholas, and I'm in ninth grade. I'm not really an average sports guy. I don't really play that many sports, but when I do, they're not really like the typical soccer, basketball, etc. But I do like some sports that are more unique, such as fencing. Winchester Thurston has really made me figure out what fencing was. At the first, one of my friends said, you should try out fencing, and I was like, what even is that? Is that for fences? Because I didn't know what it was. And when I checked it out, I was like, wow, this is, cool. I get to use weapons like without repercussions. This is great. So I've been doing fencing for multiple years now, and it's been really enjoyable.